So we have just done a eBay shop buyout. Absolute legend Chris, subscriber and viewer of the channel, reached out to me to say, hey, I'm stopping eBay. Would you like to come and buy some bits from me? So I have. Now, I've not bought everything that you can see, but a lot of the stuff on the table, a lot of the electronics, a lot of the stuff that I deal in, I have purchased, as well as that big boy at the end there. And that is something you don't see every day. In typical Sam Sells Stuff tradition, the first thing that we have is a Nintendo Wii bundle. There's 3 or 4 controllers in there. This nice stack of games, Mario Kart, Sports Resorts, a couple of Need for Speeds, and a bag full of Xbox accessories. There's about 10 controllers, 1 PS2 controller, a network adapter. We went 50 quid for all of those gaming bits. Few audio bits in this pickup. This is a Goodman's DAB radio CD player. £10 paid for this one. We paid a tenner for these 2 Kasparov, or one's Kasparov, one is a different brand, Prima Chess computers. And this Guitar Hero bundle. There's no dongle, it's a PS4 guitar, but no game for the PS4. But yeah, a tenner for that small bundle there. This Dimplex Fire in here, it's unused. It was about 120 quid new. Can't see any size of this model, but we've gone 30 quid on it. Should easily be able to double up on that, especially this time of year as we approach the colder season. We've got a load of electronics that, you know, I like to deal in. So there's a few Combis VHS players. There's a few more Combis VHS players up there. Some bookshelf speakers. Some more under there. Another big one under here. Another one under there. And this one here. We paid 50 quid for all of the Combis and the VCRs. And then we paid 60 quid for the 3 Sony stereo setups. So there's this one, there's some big speakers down in this box down here, and this one with some big bookend speakers there. We paid 60 quid for those 3. Now, it can't be a bad deal because I found spares and repairs of this to go for 60 quid on its own. And it's in its box, so money's back on that one. There we go. Some big bookend speakers there. Some chunky boys. Look at the size of them. And another remote, that's always good. Providing they work, these VCRs with remotes, 20-30 quid all day long. But the Combis are where the money's at. In particular, this Sony here, if it's working, should be a 3-figure unit. Now, as I would at a car boot, I'm assuming everything is spares and repairs, unless otherwise stated it's been tested and working. And that just ensures that my money's safe regardless, even if all this doesn't work. And make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing off the list. So, we and the Xbox stuff, VHS stuff, the Sony's, Goodman's, heater, more Sony, guitar chess set. And I believe the last thing is that Wii. And this Wii is incredible. I don't think I'll ever find one just like this. That's a clue. That's right. It's brand new and sealed. It's never been opened. I'll talk about more about this back in the warehouse. And we are back from the buyout, and we've got all of this glorious stock to work our way through. Notice how the sun is shining on the highlight of the pickup, but we'll come back to that one in a bit. I paid in total £400 for everything you see across these tables, which in my opinion was a very good price, a fair price for both of us. It's what he wanted, and hopefully we'll make some decent money out of it. But just to run through everything that we've got a Wii bundle with a stack of games, console, few controllers, all the cables and accessories, an Olympus camera, a stack of VHS DVD combination players, and a couple of VHS players on their own. We've got a few hi-fi bits, so this Goodman's here with its remote, this Sony behind it. There is another Sony in that bag in there. These are some big bookshelf speakers, which should go quite nicely. Another big set of Sony speakers at the back there. Couple of electronic chess sets, which can go for some decent money, so keep an eye out on them. This vintage Sony cassette deck, which is actually in very good condition for being 50 years old, 40 years old, in its box, with its styrofoam, with its accessories and its manual. This unused electric fire, and I wouldn't normally pick up something this big, but it was the right price and it's the right time of year. And then finally, the Nintendo Wii at the top here. This Nintendo Wii is brand new and sealed. It's never been opened. Look at that, sticker seals in place. Yes, it's got a few scraps. Yes, it's got a few scrapes, a few dents. It's got this Asda sticker on it, which I don't want to peel off. It's obviously how they sold electronics back in the day, and I think they still do. A few dings here, but it is brand new, never opened. That should hopefully get me my money back on the entire lot, which will mean everything is then in profit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time working through all of this. Once I've listed a few bits, or all of it, I'll let you know exactly how much it's all worth, and then how I'm going to track all of this going forward. And if you watched all of the other parts of the series, you may be thinking, well, didn't you just have a spreadsheet you're tracking everything on? And you're absolutely right. That spreadsheet is now retired. On screen is the amount of money that everything sold for and how much money I've got left in this challenge to actually spend on stock. And we're going to take £400 off of that number now. But how am I going to track all of this going forward? Well, I've got a bit of software that I've been developing over the last 8, 9, 10 months that will exactly help me with this solution. I can list all of the items on eBay. The software will pull through all of those items, and then I can tag every single item as the 10 to £100,000 challenge. And as it sells, it will update the total sales number and the total profit number, accounting for all fees and VAT on those totals. So I'm super excited to start using that fully for this challenge. Now, when you're doing big job lots or buyouts, it's super important to strategize how you're going to get rid of the stock. For me, there's two factors to consider. How much money am I going to get for an item, but how quick and easy is it to sell? So go with the most expensive items, but also the easiest items to list. So the Wii, for example, I'm going to list that very quickly because it holds the most value out of everything. The Fire underneath it, despite it being massive, should go for a decent amount of money, but it's brand new. So again, very, very easy to list. Some of the other bits are going to require testing, cleaning, and listing before I can actually sell the item. So more work's going to go into them. If I can recoup a large chunk, if not all of the money back in a few items, then the rest of it is profit. With that being said, let me crack on and start listing some of these items.
So now that I've listed those items, I can log on to Fliplytics. The first thing that I want to do, head over to Manage and create a brand new tag. Now we're going to create 2 tags. The first one is going to be £400 buyout. And the second one is going to be 10 to 100k. And this is so that I can tag every single product and then view them as item sales individually and as a whole. I can then go to my inventory and to my active products, and it will load up all of the items that I've recently listed. So I've listed 10 items so far, the highlight being the brand new Wii console. I've really aimed high for this at £600 in terms of listed price. Whether or not it will go for that is a different story, but we shall see. As you can see, it's listed there. What I want to do is allocate a cost of goods per product and then the custom tag to each product. Now I can do that individually, or I can do all of those products at once, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So we've got the Wii Fit board. I've listed the Fire at £100. I've listed a big Wii bundle at £100. A few individual Wii games, additional ones that were worth selling independently, like the Mario Kart, the Wii Sports Resort, an additional controller. The cassette deck I've listed at £150. That's because there are no listings currently live, and there's only solds of around 60-70 quid, and this is in significantly better condition. The VHS combi, the Sony, I've listed at £110. That was fully tested and working. And then we have a DVD player that I've listed at £30 with its remote. So I've selected all of them. I can bulk edit them and allocate both the £400 buyout and the £10 to 100k challenge tags to those items. What I also want to do is allocate a cost of goods for each item. And that means when they do sell, the items will automatically calculate the profit based on how much I paid per item. Now I've got 2 ways of doing this. I could do this by allocating the actual cost that we came to a deal with. So this Fire, for example, I paid £30 for. The Wii bundle technically would be £25 and I could split it up. Or I could look at calculating exactly how many listings that I get from this one job lot and then dividing that by the £400 that I total paid, and that will give me an average cost per unit across that board. Now it will mean little things like the Wii Sports Resort and the Motion Plus I'll probably lose money on, because it's unlikely that I will have 80 listings. But then stuff like the Wii Fit that will be significantly cheaper than what I paid for, it will show a higher return on investment. So it just depends on how I want to calculate it. I think what I'll do for this one is allocate a cost of goods individually for each product, because I know what roughly I paid for each one. So the Wii, we came to a conclusion of £180. It will cost me about £1 in packing materials, so I'm going to submit that as well. So that when this sells, it's automatically going to calculate the profit on that item now. So if I head back to my inventory, I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of these items. And then when they're live and when they've sold, I can update you all in the future. And it's going to be a much easier way of tracking how much money is in this challenge, how much profit is there, what's sold, what's yet to sell using the software.
So as you've just seen, we've listed 10 items for a little bit over £1,100, and we've still got loads of product left to list. I've not got any more time for the rest of the day, so that'll be tomorrow's issue. And I have them all listed and hopefully some of them sold by the next video. If you did enjoy today's video and this series in general, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for the next episode, because I'm sure we'll have more purchases, but also hopefully some of this stock will have sold by then. That's all from me. I'll catch you on the next one.